evening. Elder statesman Omeya challenges FCT minister to show projects attracted to Rivers State. Governor Fubara attributes Rivers IGRU growth to expanded tax nets. Court restrains further sale publication of lawyer's book, that is Dele Farutimi. 5 rescued as cargo plane skids off runway in Abuja. On the foreign scene, Syrian rebel leader vows to punish anyone who tortured or killed detainees. I am Khaled Akurubatibor. We'll quickly go for a commercial break. When we come back, the news in detail.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's that special time of the year again. A moment to honor a distinguished leader and gentleman. The new associates cordially invites you.
Welcome back now to the news in detail. Elder statesman Celestine Omeya has challenged the FCT minister Nyesom Wike to show Rivers people the number of projects he has attracted to the state. Mr. Omeya said this during the flag-off of the construction of Igwi-Afara Road in Eche local government area today. He charged the people to continue to support Governor Fubara's administration.
2-3 years ago, some leaders of the state have always said ministers from Rivers State must bring projects to Rivers State. Today, we are asking questions. How many projects from federal government are here in Rivers State? When Rotimi Amechi was the minister, we were asking questions to say what are the projects you have brought. Today, we are asking the same question. We have the same status and the higher status of minister. We are asking how many projects have you brought into a how many projects have we received in Ikore ethnic nationality?
Mr. Omeya also accused some leaders from Rivers State of demarketing the state despite its economic potential.
Outside the federal government at the center, Rivers State is the next highest state to be respected. The simple reason is that the economic lifeline of Nigeria is in the hands of Rivers State. Not just the oil, but the other economic and agricultural produce are also from Rivers State. But the problem is many Rivers children who are outside Rivers State try to bring Rivers State down. If you demarcate your own state, no person will respect your state.
Earlier, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara advised the people not to be used by saboteurs to frustrate the project. Governor Fubara also assured that the development planned for Eche will not be limited to road construction alone.
Our thank you will still extend in the development of your people, manpower development. But if we finish the road and we don't have the right manpower, the rightful employment, the rightful engagement for our youth, the road is still useless. But we're not going to limit it to just the road. But we will bring agricultural development to Eche, knowing fully well that Eche is the food basket of the state.
Our correspondent reports that the governor announced the extension of the construction of the 12.3 kilometers road to 20.3 kilometers. In a related development, Governor Siminalayi Fubara says his decision to broaden the tax net led to an increase in the state's internally generated revenue. Recall that in April, Governor Fubara announced about a 100% increase in the state's monthly IGR. While declaring open the 156th meeting of the Joint Tax Board of Nigeria in Port Harcourt today, Governor Fubara said tax is not meant to inflict hardship on citizens but to make them better.
But to broaden our tax base without increasing the rates, which has enabled us to generate more internal revenue. We are aware of the Trans-Kalabari Road, Elele, Ebeda, Omok, Drug Carriage Road, the zonal hospitals that we are building in Degema, Buri, Ahoda, and Omok, the most recent general hospital and psychiatric hospital that we're also building in Rumigbo. These are some of the numerous projects that are fully, please underline the word, fully funded by our internally generated revenue.
Governor Fubara said increased tax is the only way to solve the problem associated with dwindling oil resources caused by illegal oil activities.
I urge you to come up with policy measures that will encourage the super rich to pay fair taxes for voluntarily while channeling their excess resources into productive economic building and investment. Bearing in mind that our present situation requires only increase in our resources. We have the present challenges of oil vandalization, which is affecting the production level, thereby reducing the amount of money that this nation generates. Our situation requires increased revenue as of today.
The theme of the meeting, which is being attended by Chairman of the Internal Revenue Service of all the states, the opportunities and strategies for increasing our tax revenue. Meanwhile, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has cautioned against destroying oil pipelines and installations as a way to get government attention. Governor Fubara said this while addressing members of the Ijaw Youth Council on the occasion of the Isaac Boro Day at the gate of the Government House in Port Harcourt. The governor thanked the IYC for not forgetting the late Isaac Boro many years after his death.
I feel happy that we still appreciate the contribution of the late man Isaac Boro. But I have an advice for you. Violence does not solve problems. We must all work together to give ourselves that thing that we want. Your message will be communicated to Mr. President. But while we're doing that, you must be law-abiding. There shouldn't be any vandalization of our oil line. We need to encourage and support the government. When production is high, revenue will increase. Those demands that you're making will be met. When you shout as Awana, you shout with strong voice as Awana.
Earlier, the IYC leader Alaye Theophilus demanded for the remediation of the environment due to pollution caused by oil exploration, among many other demands. Correspondent Oyeka Chinwosu reports that the governor was presented with a flag as the grassroots general of Ijaw Nation. Moving on. Journalists and social media content creators have been encouraged to ensure sensitive conflict reporting to improve the image of the Niger Delta region. Speaking at a TV design workshop organized by an NGO, Search for Common Ground, the organization's mass media and information management coordinator, Sonny Dada, said the negative reports about the Niger Delta are discouraging potential investors. He spoke to correspondent Constant Rowley Mega.
We also want to assist in the development of the capacity of media practitioners and content creators in the area of even reporting the Niger Delta. Now, there are conflict drivers in the region, but this is not the only region where you have conflict drivers. You have conflict drivers across all regions. There is need for rebranding. We're not saying you shouldn't tell the truth, but balance the truth. Our culture, hospitality, rich food, rich oil and gas deposits, these are the beautiful things that can sell the region. The Niger Delta is Africa's biggest wetland. Instead of putting narratives out there that can put the region in a bad light, we can do better.
On the spot, the media and peace building specialist of the NGO, Temisa Etieshola, said the workshop was to teach participants how to create TV programs that address the causes of conflicts in the Niger Delta.
It's just been radio, print, and social media influencers that we've often worked with. We've not been able to really work with TV producers to develop conflict-sensitive content. Storytelling is very important when it comes to peace building. It's a mixed set of journalists. We're able to show them how to identify their target audience, describe their audience, and what kind of message they would produce for that particular audience. We're able to design content right from the scratch. All the groups display beautiful crafts.
Some participants also shared their thoughts.
The aspect of collaboration. If we put our heads together, take up an issue, talk about that issue in our various media platforms, it will have more impact. Search has been doing fantastic work. They should keep it up.
I'm going back home with a refreshed knowledge. There is this saying that the reward for hard work is more work. We want to appeal to search for common ground, not to relent in training and retraining journalists.
What I actually learned here so far is one, the act of working as a team. I also learned more about programming and also to get the targeted audience. A big appreciation to Search.
For me, it's been mesmerizing and also making the learning easy and fun. And I had the best experience so far. And I hope that we get to see more of this.
The workshop, WeChat journalists and social media content creators from Rivers, Bayelsa and Delta, among others, was part of an EU-funded project called a Community-Centered Approach to Transforming Criminality and Violence in the Niger Delta. We'll go for another commercial, but still to come, court restraint for the sale publication of lawyer Dele Farotimi's book. To stay tuned.
Birabi Memorial Grammar School Bori, Anumlai Association Incorporated, heartily invites Great Anumlai and the public to her 2024 annual general meeting to be chaired by a distinguished Anumas, Professor Emmanuel S. Eneyo, a professor of industrial engineering.
Now to the rest of the newscast. 10 persons have been arrested by the River State Waste Management Agency, RWAMA, over alleged improper waste disposal. Special Assistant on Electronic Media to Acting Sole Administrator RWAMA, Obed Douglas, who made this known in a statement, said the offenders were arrested in areas such as Stadium Road, Rumola, Elikaya, and Rumukuta. He said RWAMA stepped up its Operation Keep Port Harcourt Clean campaign today with the deployment of its enforcement team across major streets in the city to apprehend violators of waste management regulations. According to the statement, the sole administrator of RWAMA, Prince Hoya, said the defaulters will appear before RWAMA Mobile Court on Thursday, adding that the initiative is an ongoing in maintaining cleanliness. He further called on motorists to exercise caution while driving, ensuring the safety of sanitation workers who are diligently performing their duties on busy roads. The Primary Healthcare Workers Union in the local government area have raised concerns over poor welfare and unfavorable working conditions. Chairman of the union, Dominic Igwe, at a media briefing, claimed that the local government council has yet to implement promotion allowances for senior health workers and settle 9-month salary arrears. Mr. Igwe also said the recent promotion of health workers from grade level 7 has not been implemented despite repeated calls for action.
The primary healthcare workers are not happy because, in the first place, the senior health workers promotion, which has the financial benefits, will differ from 1st of June 2023 till now, has not been properly implemented. It was haphazardly implemented with a lot of professional allowances missing, making us to have lower salaries than we are supposed to get. And even the 9 months salary arrears has not been paid, and all attempts to have it paid have not proved productive.
Mr. Igwe said the junior health workers who were promoted by the council alongside the non-health workers have not been paid. He said efforts to engage the council chairman on these matters have so far yielded no results.
Our junior health workers were promoted by the Junior Staff Management Committee of the Ikorodu Local Government Council from grade level 4 to grade level 6 in May this year. But up till now, their promotion benefits have not been given. We have tried making efforts to see how we can interface with the council chairman, but every attempt has proved futile.
Away from that, an FCT High Court has restrained lawyer Dele Farotimi from further publishing, selling, circulating, advertising or distributing the physical, hard, digital or soft copies of the book Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. Justice Peter Kekemeke granted the order after listening to the ex-party application filed by the claimant, the managing partner at Afe Babalola's law firm Kehinde Ogunwumiju. The court also directed the seizure of all physical copies of the book. Elsewhere, an Allied air cargo aircraft suffered a tire burst, causing it to skid off runway 22 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja today. The spokesperson of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Obiageli Ora, in a statement said the plane had 5 passengers on board who were rescued and taken to the hospital. She said the airport has temporarily shut down the runway following the incident. In other news, the Birabi Memorial Grammar School BMGS Bori Alumni Association Incorporated is set to hold its 2024 annual general meeting tomorrow. The president of the association, Emmanuel Eneyo, during a press conference in Port Harcourt, invited the public and said the association is determined to ensure the school becomes one of the premier secondary schools in the nation. Professor Eneyo, while speaking on the various activities outlined for this year's AGM, which will be held tomorrow in the school, explained reasons the alumni decided to meet annually.
We'll look back and see what actually propelled all of us to be where we are today, and said, no, it is important to go back and give back to our community. And our drive was actually enshrined in our motto to continue to shine the light. We cannot only be stating light may shine or shine the light without doing anything, but we want to take that motto as a basis of our drive to make a change and turn our BMGS to be a premier secondary school education center in the whole River State, if not the whole Nigeria. That is our focus.
Professor Eneyo, while speaking on expectations from the students and teachers of the school, emphasized on building good characters that will enable them to become excellent in their endeavors.
Let your attitude determine your altitude. That is what we actually encourage them to understand. It's a bedrock of what is built into a concept of humility. We've seen also over the years stop that person to do well. So nothing can improve that person's condition when you have a very wrong, bad attitude. Your condition will even get worse. Those are the appeal we make to the student, because given today's climate of lack of discipline, and we make the same appeal strongly to the principals and staff. We need discipline in an institution of that nature in order for the kids to have the right mental attitude to progress.
Correspondent to Ibiodunwari reports that activities lined up to mark the 2024 AGM of BMGS Bury will include a novelty football competition between junior and secondary arms of the school. Also, one of the pioneer alumnus of the 1961 set of BMGS Bury, Oligwe Osaro, and other distinguished alumnus, including the public, will be attending this year's AGM. Take a look at the international scene. Syrian rebel leader Abu Muhammad al-Golani has vowed to punish anyone who tortured or killed detainees during ousted President Bashar al-Assad. On the news this evening, you heard an elder statesman, Celestine Omeya, challenged the FCT minister to show projects attracted to Rivers State. Governor Fubara attributed Rivers IGR's growth to expanded tax net. A federal high court has restrained the further sale and publication of a book written by lawyer Dele Farotimi. 5 people have been rescued after a cargo plane skidded off a runway in Abuja. On the foreign scene, Syrian rebel leaders vowed to punish anyone who tortured and killed detainees. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215.